This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that doesn't end.
The Endless 8 arc. Oh boy. This has gotta be the stupidest idea I have ever seen. Now, I'm not talking about the story of these episodes. Not at all. I liked the story. I thought the story was interesting. How they went about telling it and deciding to handle it in regards to how many episodes they made it, that's the thing a lot of fans have a problem with. And this isn't a situation where fanboys and fangirls or whatever are making stupid petty complaints. And I know the Haruhi fanbase sort of has a little bit of a reputation of that, but this is not the case at all. The complaints made about the Endless 8 are completely legitimate, honest complaints. If any other series that any of you guys watch, whether it be a TV show or something else entirely, but it's something with a series of more than one episode and they went ahead and did what happened in Endless 8, I'm pretty sure you'd be pissed off too. The story of the Endless 8 arc is basically that it's the last 2 weeks of summer vacation, and Haruhi decides that to make the most of their last 2 weeks of summer break, and to make it more memorable, they should do a bunch of summer activities together. And so, they make a list of activities to do, and they go about their merry way doing them. And we have Kyon giving his usual internal monologue of things going on and his feelings towards Haruhi's usual antics. But during this, the characters seem to be acting strange. And Kyon mentions during one of his internal monologues that he feels as if all of this has happened before. And things finally reach a peak when Mikuru faints during one of their activities. And when they meet later that night, after Koizumi calls Kyon, it turns out that the reason that Mikuru fainted is because she was in shock that she couldn't travel back in time. And the reason for this? Well, Yuki explains that the 2 weeks that they're currently experiencing is the only time left in their world. There's no future or no past. And who's the cause of this? Yup, our favorite god character herself, Haruhi. Turns out that there's something she wants to do herself before the end of the summer break, and every time that they reach the last day of the 2 weeks, everything gets reversed and everything repeats itself. And everyone, save for Yuki Nagato, forgets any of this ever happened. They only have traces of deja vu to hint of any of that ever happened. Now, with that, what is the problem that so many fans have when it comes to this particular series? Well, it's the fact that the studio or whoever is involved and in charge of doing this decided it'd be a great idea to rehash the same episode 8 times, with minuscule changes that don't even add to anything. Nor do they even help in allowing us to guess for ourselves what it is Haruhi wants to do. I mean, hell, at least doing that would have made us a little bit more involved in the story. You know, we could be looking for any pieces of dialogue or whatever that could hint to us of something. The only changes they really do is changes in dialogue that make no real difference. Like, changes in dialogue include whenever Kyon asks Yuki how many times the cycle's repeated itself, the number gets bigger, and every time Kyon asks Mikuru to explain how she can't travel back in time anymore, she just gets more and more garbled, as if with each episode she's more upset than the last one. The other changes include camera angles during certain scenes and clothing. So, the bathing suits that Yuki, Haruhi, and Mikuru wear in one episode, they're gonna be wearing different ones in the next episode. And so on and so forth with other outfits during other activities. That is honestly the only differences in it, aside from the conclusion being found in the last episode. Now, I could think of a couple of different ways that they could have handled this. One, they could have handled it like they did in the manga, where the manga was only 2 chapters long in regards to the Endless 8 arc, and the conclusion is found in chapter 2. I don't know how they handle it in the light novels. I haven't been able to find out. If anyone has read the Endless 8 arc and the Haruhi novels, please feel more than free to inform us how they handle it in the light novels in the comments below. This did not need to be 8 episodes long. They could have made it like 1 episode, or they could have done similar to the manga and just like cut in half and add their own little filler things in to like spread time out. Or they could have made the first episode that we see of the Endless 8 arc, and then the second episode be the conclusion, and not only that, but have the cycle that we never got to see. Because Yuki mentions that there were certain situations where certain activities during the cycle didn't take place. Something different happened. Like they didn't go to the Bond Festival, they did something else. Or they didn't get their summer jobs, they did something else. Show us the cycle that we haven't seen yet, not just show us the same damn thing 8 times in a row. And while we're on that as well, they also could have done something that throughout the 8 episodes I watched this, because, I don't know, I felt like torturing myself that day and watching all the episodes. And this was before I had really known what had happened, and when I first started watching these things, I thought the person that uploaded these episodes accidentally uploaded the same episode. It's just, the whole time I was watching this, I was thinking to myself, why are they just sitting around all the time talking about this, and why don't they go out trying to find out what it is Haruhi wants to do, so that way they can at least get an attempt in of doing something about it. I mean, they could have, for example, they could have decided, alright, we're gonna try this activity, try and get Haruhi to do this activity, and then see if that's what it is that she wants to do. Oh yeah, Kyon, since Yuki always listens to you and follows your orders, tell her to keep a list of the things that we have already done so far, so that way we know what we've already done, and that way she can tell us, right when the whole cycle repeats itself, what we've already tried, and then try something else, or, better yet, follow her around, I guess, and try and find out what it is she wants to do, and insert crazy situations that can be misinterpreted by people around them and such. Oh, these people are stalking that innocent young girl, or, something. Anything would have been better than rehashing the same episode 8 times. I really would like to know what the person who greenlighted this idea was thinking. I mean, with how season 2 even came about, they should have known that they had no room to screw anything up, because the fans were already pissed off, and pissed off for a good reason, for the fact that season 2 took for damn ever to finally come out. I mean, it took 3 years before the darn thing finally came out. 3 years, and into the second year of waiting, season 2 was supposed to come out, supposedly supposed to come out, and it turns out that was a hoax, and that pissed off fans royally, and then a year later, season 2 finally comes out. We get the Psy series, which is them filming the movie that we see, in episode 0, and that they made for the Culture Festival that we see in season 1, and that's all well and good, but the rest of the season 2 is the Endless 8. I mean, could you imagine walking into a Best Buy or wherever it is you decide you like buying your anime DVDs, and you're paying full price for a DVD box set that has all of season 2 on it, and you're basically paying full price where half the disc or one of the discs has the exact same episode over and over on it. That is freaking robbery. I am not paying full price for a DVD disc that has one half that's actually unique, different episodes, and then the other one the exact same episode with stupid, pointless changes that add nothing to the story. Not only that, but this was a waste of resources as well. Think about this for a second. They redrew, recolored, reanimated, and re-voice act the same episode over and over again. For how much money that they went about rehashing the same episode again and again, they could have used that material to, maybe add something different to the story. Add a little bit of extra and also put the money towards, I don't know, maybe the episodes for season 3 or the other episodes for season 2. I don't know if season 2 is finished yet. I'm not certain. I can't find anything on that. I don't know if season 3 is going to be the next thing we see, or if they're going to add more episodes to season 2. I don't know. But, that money could have gone to something else. Definitely adding different episodes other than rehashing the same stupid one over and over again. I looked up trying to find out what whoever it was in charge of this, why they decided to handle it this way. And one of the things I found was that, we wanted to have the viewers feel the same way the characters do. Who? Yuki? She's the only one who we can relate to in this situation. Not completely, though. We can't really relate to Kyon, Mikuru, and Koizumi in this instance, because there is a huge difference between going through the same thing over and over again and getting your memory erased, and there's a difference between that and then going through the same thing over and over again for a century's worth of time and remembering all of that, which is similar to what we're doing because we're watching the same stupid thing 8 times. The only difference between us and Yuki is that she's going through this sort of crap for a century. How she hasn't killed herself by this point, I have no idea. I guess the only entertainment she gets is the different stupid masks that she buys from the vendor. There's no way we can relate to the other characters when they have their memory erased and they don't remember what happened, really. Feeling deja vu and going through the same thing for a century is 2 different things. I'm sorry. This was it was a waste of resources, a waste of everyone's time, both the people involved with making this and the people who watched this. And not only that, but the conclusion we get wasn't even worth the wait. For those of you who haven't watched The Endless 8, you want to watch it, I suggest fast forwarding through this a little bit because I'm going to be spoiling the ending now. Alright, I assume everyone who has not seen the ending yet is gone or they fast forward to another part in this video. So, anyway, here it is. Haruhi wanted to do homework with everyone. That's what she wanted to do. I mean, I was expecting something big, like her and Kyon spending some time together and maybe developing a little bit further on the relationship between the 2 characters, Or maybe more character development related to Haruhi, like something important comes up or came up and she wants to be able to do that. Or, I don't know, maybe there's a place that she went to when she was a child and she wants to go and visit that place again, something actually meaningful. I mean, yeah, they tried to make it a little bit meaningful because Haruhi is a gifted student. We hear about that plenty of times in season 1, that she's gifted and very talented. That's something they pretty much ingrain in us the first episode. And thus, she's never had homework be much of a burden to her, so she never really thought it was a burden to anyone else, and never got the chance to do, like a little study group or a homework group like a lot of students, both in anime as well as in real life, tend to do. And that's what she wanted to do. Do homework with her friends. Although that never really ended up happening because when they were doing their homework, Kyon was the only one doing his homework. Haruhi and Kyon's sister were busy messing around on his game system. Koizumi was just sitting around, from what I remember, I think. And Yuki was just reading. This is way stupider than that one episode in season 1 where all we saw really was mostly Yuki reading her book in the club room. You know, the one where Kyon has to go and get the heater for the club room that Haruhi managed to get from the guy that sponsored their movie for the Culture Festival. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Haruhi this series is known for crazy nutty stuff. I mean, the chronological order of the episodes is crazy, and Haruhi herself is nuts, and the series is all about a girl who has godlike powers and can, make the end of the world happen with a mere temper tantrum, For the weight that the fans had to go through, and for everything that went on, for half of the second season to be the Endless 8 arc like this, there's just so many other ways they could have handled it. And I wouldn't have minded at all, personally, if they went ahead and changed things a little bit than what happened in the manga. I really wouldn't have. I think any of the fans who watch the series would have preferred anything than how they handled the Endless 8 arc currently. If you're going to watch the Endless 8 arc, just watch the last episode. Trust me, you will not be missing anything by skipping the other 7 episodes. Unless seeing the characters redo the same thing over and over again in different outfits is your fancy, then all the more to you and have fun. If it's not, just watch the last episode. You'll save yourself a lot of time. Anyway, with that, I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts, and have a nice day.